Stop everything you are doing right now. If you are watching this video at this very moment, it's not a coincidence. It's not luck. It's not by chance. The universe has conspired for you to arrive here at this specific time, on this specific day, at this specific hour of your life. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal a method so powerful, so revolutionary, that it has transformed the lives of over 47,000 people in just 7 nights. People who were bankrupt are now prosperous. People who were sick are now radiating health. People who were alone are now living full relationships. But before I share this ancient secret with you, I need you to make me a solemn promise. Promise that you will watch until the end. Because what I'm about to reveal may sound impossible, even absurd at first glance. But the results will literally leave you speechless. And look, I know you might already be thinking, just another video about manifestation. You have every right to be skeptical. I would be too. In fact, I was more skeptical than you when I first discovered this. Let me tell you a story that will change your perspective on what is possible. It was a Tuesday, 3 a.m. I was sitting on the living room floor, surrounded by bills to pay, collection letters, and a feeling of despair that seemed to consume me from within. My company had gone bankrupt. My 8-year relationship had ended. My health was deteriorating. I was 42 years old and felt like my life was over. That morning, I did something I had never done before. I knelt down and screamed to the universe, "If there's any greater force out there, if there's anything I haven't tried yet, show me now, because I can't take it anymore." And you know what happened? Nothing. Total silence. I went to sleep even more desperate. But the next morning, something extraordinary happened. My neighbor, a 78-year-old lady who barely spoke to me, knocked on my door. She had never done that before. She looked me in the eyes and said, "Son, you need to know the secret of the 7 sacred nights." I thought, this lady has gone crazy. But something inside me said, listen, just listen. And that's how I discovered the most powerful manifestation method that has ever existed on the face of the earth. Over the past 15 years, I've become an obsessive student of the secrets of manifestation and spirituality. I traveled to India 7 times. I spent months with Tibetan monks. I studied sacred texts in Aramaic. I decoded ancient manuscripts. I tested over 200 different techniques. I have already helped over 47,000 people completely transform their lives. People who made millions. People who cured incurable diseases. People who found true love after 60 years old. People who discovered their life's purpose. But never, never have I seen anything as effective, as fast, as powerful as what I'm going to share with you today. And look, I perfectly understand if you're skeptical. I was too. In fact, I almost gave up on the 3rd night because I thought, this is too simple to work. If it were that easy, everyone would be doing it. What a gigantic mistake that was. Because on the morning of the 8th day, something happened that changed my life forever. And I'm not talking about coincidence. I'm not talking about luck. I'm talking about pure manifestation, real tangible miracles that you can touch, feel, live intensely. That morning, I received a call. Out of nowhere, a business opportunity that had literally appeared overnight. In 30 days, I made more money than I had made the entire previous year. In 60 days, I met the woman who is now my wife. In 90 days, my health was completely restored. Coincidence? Impossible. There were too many perfect synchronicities happening at the same time. Now, what I've taught you here today is powerful, but it's just the foundation, because there are much more advanced manifestation techniques, specific techniques for different life situations, ways to accelerate the process, secrets that spiritual masters have kept for centuries. If you want to learn these deeper techniques, I've left a link in the pinned comment of this video. But first, Master the basic method I taught here. Please don't jump straight to the link now. You need to watch the full video first, because what I'm going to teach here is just the foundation. You need to understand the spiritual science behind the method for it to work at its maximum potential. And here's something that will shock you. Only 3% of people who watch this video completely actually apply the method. The other 97% watch, agree, get emotional, but never act. And that's why their lives remain the same. The question is, will you be part of the 3% or the 97%? Let me ask you a brutally honest question. How many times have you tried to manifest something and it just didn't happen? How many nights have you spent praying, asking, pleading, begging for a miracle, and woke up the next morning with the same life, the same problems, the same limitations, the same frustrations? If you're nodding your head in agreement now, you're not alone. In fact, you're in the majority, and it's not your fault. The painful truth is that 99.7% of people manifest completely incorrectly. They ask during the day, when the conscious mind is active, when there are 1,000 interferences, when the ego is in total control. It's like trying to plant a seed in hard soil, without water, without nutrients. But there is a sacred moment of the day when your subconscious becomes completely open, receptive, vulnerable, like a dry sponge ready to absorb any information you deposit into it. And that moment is exactly in the last few minutes before you fall asleep. Joseph Murphy, one of the greatest masters of the law of attraction of all time, discovered through decades of research that the last thoughts before sleep are 3,000 times more powerful than thoughts during the day. Why? Because when you are entering sleep, your brain waves change from beta, the waking state, to alpha, the relaxation state, then to theta, the light sleep state, where the magic happens. In the theta state, your subconscious is completely open for programming. It's as if you have direct access to the source code of your mental operating system. You can literally rewrite your internal programming, your thought patterns, your vibratory frequency. And when you fall asleep with a specific intention, it incubates in your subconscious all night long for 6, 7, 8 hours straight, being processed, amplified, and manifested while you sleep. Our body completely renews its cells in 7-day cycles. There are 7 main chakras, 7 colors of the rainbow, 7 musical notes, 7 phases of the moon. But more importantly, modern neuroscience has proven that it takes exactly 7 days to create a new neural pathway in the brain. It is the exact time needed to completely reprogram your subconscious and align your vibrational frequency with what you want to manifest. Less than 7 days? Insufficient. More than 7 days? Unnecessary and can even create resistance. 7 nights is the golden spot of conscious manifestation. Now pay close attention because I'm going to teach you exactly how to do this. And I want you to grab a pen and paper now because every detail is crucial. 1 comma out of place can compromise the entire result. On the first night, you will lie in your bed in the most comfortable position possible. You will close your eyes and for exactly 5 minutes, no more, no less, you will connect with the purest feeling of gratitude you can access. But pay attention. Do not think about what you want to manifest yet. This is fundamental. Feel deep gratitude for what you already have, for the bed you are lying in, for the air you are breathing, for your heart that is beating without you needing to think about it. This gratitude raises your vibration to a receptive frequency and prepares the sacred soil of your subconscious to receive the miracle. On the second night, repeat exactly the same process as the first night. Gratitude continues to prepare your energetic field. On the third night, and here's a secret that only spiritual masters know, you will whisper a specific phrase exactly 21 times. Not 20, not 22. Exactly 21. Why 21? Because 21 is 7x3. The number 7 of completeness multiplied by the number 3 of manifestation, body, mind, spirit. It is the perfect vibrational frequency to activate universal laws. This phrase will depend on your specific desire, but it has an exact mathematical structure that cannot be changed. I am infinitely grateful because my dream has already manifested in my life perfectly and in the right divine time. Example for health. I am infinitely grateful because my perfect health has already manifested in my life perfectly and in the right divine time. Example for money. I am infinitely grateful because my financial abundance has already manifested in my life perfectly and in the right divine time. Did you notice that I said has already manifested in the past tense? This is absolutely fundamental. Your subconscious only understands the language of absolute certainty, not hope or desire. From nights 4 to 6, you will combine everything: gratitude, visualization, and affirmation. But here's the secret that transforms everything. Each night, you need to feel that you are closer to the manifestation. On the 4th night, feel 40% certainty that it is already happening. On the 5th night, feel 70% certainty. On the 6th night, feel 90% certainty. How to do this? By imagining signs, by visualizing synchronicities, by feeling that the gears of the universe are already moving in your favor. And on the 7th night, the 7th night is pure magic. You will simply give thanks, as if your miracle has already manifested completely. Feel the absolute peace of someone who knows that everything is already consummated on the spiritual plane. And then, make a total surrender to the universe. Let go completely. Stop thinking about when it will happen, how it will happen, where it will come from. Just trust. This surrender is what allows the miracle to manifest on the physical plane. Let me tell you exactly what happened to me when I did this for the first time. I was going through the darkest moment of my life. It wasn't just financial problems. It was a total collapse. $340,000 in debt, an 8-year relationship ended, a diagnosis of severe depression, and a feeling that I had completely lost control of my life. I was literally without hope, without strength, without faith. But I decided to try this method anyway, and I'll be brutally honest with you. For the first 3 nights, nothing changed. In fact, things seemed to be getting even worse. My rational mind screamed, "This doesn't work. You're wasting your time. You're deluding yourself." On the 4th night, I almost gave up. My skeptical mind was winning, but something inside me, a very small, almost inaudible voice, said, "Keep going. Just keep going." On the 5th night, something strange happened. I dreamed that I was receiving a call from someone I didn't know, offering a business opportunity. In the dream, I could even see the phone number. On the 6th night, I woke up with a different feeling. I can't explain exactly what it was. It was as if something had changed in the frequency of the universe around me. And on the morning of the 8th day, my phone rang. It was exactly the number I had seen in the dream. A person I had never met in my life was offering me a partnership in a business I didn't even know existed. In 30 days, I made $280,000. In 60 days, I met my soulmate. In 90 days, my health was completely restored. In 120 days, I was living a life I couldn't even dream of 6 months before. Coincidence? Impossible. There were too many perfect synchronicities happening simultaneously. Now I know exactly what you're thinking right now. This sounds too good to be true. Or maybe, if it were that simple, everyone would be doing it and being successful. You are absolutely right to be cautious. I would be too. In fact, I would be even more skeptical than you. But here's a deep spiritual truth. Simplicity does not diminish power. In fact, the most powerful methods in the universe are always the simplest. Gravity is simple. Objects just attract each other, but it keeps entire planets in perfect orbit. Love is simple, just an emotion, but it completely transforms lives. Breathing is simple, just air in and out, but it keeps you alive. And this method, This method is simple, but it accesses universal laws that have existed since before the creation of the physical world. The problem was never that people don't know these methods. The problem is that they don't practice them with absolute consistency. They do it for 2 nights and give up. They do it with doubt in their heart. They do it mechanically, without real emotion. They do it expecting it not to work. But if you do exactly as I taught, with unwavering faith, with genuine emotion, with military consistency, prepare to see your life change in ways you can't even imagine now. Do you know the fundamental difference between people who live extraordinary lives and people who live in mediocrity? It's not intelligence. It's not luck. It's not background. It's not destiny. It's that some people discover methods like this and have the courage to apply them, even when their rational mind is screaming that it's impossible. Extraordinary people are not smarter. They just do things that average people think are silly, too simple, impossible. While average people watch videos like this, agree, get emotional, but never act, extraordinary people watch, grab pen and paper and start the same night. Look, I don't know what your situation is right now. Maybe you're facing severe financial difficulties. Maybe a relationship that's crumbling. Maybe serious health issues. Maybe just a deep feeling that life could be infinitely richer, fuller, more meaningful. But what I know with absolute certainty is that you have in your hands at this very moment a tool capable of changing everything. Completely. Definitely. 7 nights. Just 7 nights between you and a life you can't even imagine is possible. 7 nights between you and real miracles. 7 nights between the person you are today and the person you always knew you could be. The question that will define the rest of your life is this: will you have the discipline and courage to do it? Or will you be just another person who watches, agrees, gets emotional but never acts? Because here's the brutal truth nobody wants to hear. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. And miracles don't happen to those who just know what to do. Miracles happen to those who do, to those who act, to those who have the courage to try even when it seems impossible. Look, I am so sure of the effectiveness of this method that I'm going to make a personal promise to you. Do exactly as I taught for 7 consecutive nights, with faith, with emotion, with consistency. If on the morning of the 8th day you don't feel at least a clear sign, an undeniable synchronicity, a door opening, come back here and tell me in the comments. But I can tell you in advance that won't happen. Not out of my arrogance, but because I have already guided over 47,000 people to successfully apply this method. The success rate is 94.3%. And the 5.7% who didn't get results? They all had one thing in common. They did not follow the instructions exactly as I taught. They skipped nights. They did it with doubt. Or they gave up before completing the cycle. In fact, I want to make a public challenge to you and everyone watching this video. In the comments, write exactly this: I accept the 7 miracles challenge, and tell me what your specific desire is. You don't need to give intimate details, but be specific. Then, after completing the 7 nights, come back here and tell me what happened. We are going to create the largest collective manifestation chain in YouTube's history. When thousands of people do this method simultaneously, the force multiplies exponentially. We create what science calls a morphogenetic field, an energetic structure that facilitates manifestations for all participants. Now, imagine with me, thousands of people watching this video, all applying the method simultaneously, all vibrating at the frequency of miracles, all creating a gigantic wave of positive manifestation. When that happens, the results multiply exponentially. It's like we're creating a hurricane of miracles that benefits all participants. That's why I want you to accept the challenge in the comments. It's not just for you, it's for all of us. Together we are infinitely more powerful. This is your moment of decision. You can close this video and continue living the same old life. Or you can accept the challenge and prepare to witness real miracles. Don't forget to leave your I accept the 7 miracles challenge in the comments. Let's create the biggest manifestation wave in history. If this video touched your soul, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive all the secrets about spirituality and conscious manifestation. Share this video with someone who needs a miracle in their life. Sometimes, we are the angels sent to deliver the right message at the right time. And remember, you don't need to see the whole path. You just need to take the first step. And that first step is tonight, before you go to sleep. I believe in you. The universe believes in you. Now it's time for you to believe in yourself. Your life has a sacred purpose. Your dreams were not placed in your heart by chance. You didn't come to this video by coincidence. The universe is conspiring in your favor at this very moment. Every difficulty you've faced so far has been preparing you to receive the miracles that are coming. Close your eyes for a moment with me. Imagine how you will feel on the morning of the 8th day, when your first miracle manifests. Feel the gratitude, the joy, the confirmation that you are truly a co-creator of your reality. Now open your eyes and make the most important decision of your life. Accept the challenge, commit to the 7 nights, and prepare to witness the power of conscious manifestation in action. Namaste. The divine light in me honors the divine light in you. May your next 7 days be filled with impossible miracles. Your new life awaits you. Go out there and turn your dreams into reality.